party done, can meet me outside. Ready to go, go jump in the ride. We got unfinished business, so baby come over.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's DeborahAlexia, and in today's video I'll be sharing a story time. So this is my worst date experience ever. If you want to know what happened to me, carry on watching. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, all that. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, boom, this is where the story starts. So let me get comfortable. This is real embarrassing moments of Deborah. I'm just now over it. That's why I can share it with you guys. Okay, cool. I'm 20 years old and I'm casually just, you know, on Twitter praying. I don't tweet no more. I'm just praying. Then a guy decides to jump into my DMs. Yeah? And when he jumped to my DMs now, I went to go and check his DP and I was like, Jesus, like, is this what I attract? Anyways, now, because everyone kept getting onto me that, oh, Deborah, you need to date outside, like, your type, like, your stereotypical box of what is your type. You need to stop dating, like, you need to look further than that. I thought, you know what, let me just at least entertain the DM. So he's, like, saying to me how he's 22, I'm 20 at the time, he works, I'm at uni, and I asked him, like, how tall are you, you know, where are you from? He said he's Ghanaian, and how he's 5'11". And at the time, like, I still think 5'11" to me is short. That's just my own preference. I like my men tall because I'm 5'7". I don't want to be with someone that's 5'11", especially because I'm curvy. I just have a theory about it, and I don't like short men. That's just me personally. So he's now said that he's 5'11", all that stuff, whatever. So I've given him my number, and he's called me. He's now asked me, like, oh, like, what do you do? He's also asked, like, what phone do I have? And I think when he asked me that, I was thinking that he's asking me so he could, like, switch to FaceTime. And I was like, I had the 8 Plus at the time. He was like, yeah, he has an 8 Plus too. You know, normal conversation. Then he's gone on to ask me out on a date. So I'm like, cool, yeah, sure. We established the fact that we're both, like, from the same type of kind of area. Like, we're quite close to one another, so it's easy for us to kind of meet up. So cool, now we've established that we're going to meet up at a particular station. Yeah? A particular station. The day comes now, fateful day like this. I've dressed up, yeah. I've beat my face. I've laid my wig. Everything is looking like so sweet. Thinking, yeah, like, not that I was even going there to even be like, oh yeah, it was because of him. I just wanted to look very nice, like, to show that, listen, you're on a date with me, like, do you get what I mean? So anyways, now I've walked into the station. He said he's gonna be waiting there for me, so I was like, cool. So I've got into the station now. As I've got into the station, I've just looked to my right. I've seen somebody that looks like who I'm meant to be meeting, but I can't. My mind is telling me that's the person. My heart is telling me that cannot be the person, because the person I'm seeing through this lens is 5'6". The person I'm seeing through this lens is wearing a big jacket in spring. The person I'm seeing is looking like he didn't bath, but nah, because he was telling me we're going cinema and we're going to a dinner after. So even if it's casual, you won't dress like that for casual date. You will dress like, are you not trying to impress me type of thing. Anyways, now I'm thinking, Deborah, he's not clocked you yet. Run. Like, just leave the station. All of a sudden, I'm just hearing, hey, yo, Deborah. Hey, yo, Debs. I'm thinking, Deborah. God, please. All of a sudden, Papa hit in my shoulder. I'm like, oh, hi. He's like, oh, hi, Deborah, how are you? I'm thinking, I'm fine. He was like, oh, you look nice. I was like, yeah, thank you. In my head, I'm thinking, I wish I could say the same. He was wearing this jacket like this, yeah. The jacket was so tattered. You know when boys, like, wear, like, when they buy, like, a Canada Goose. He wasn't wearing a Canada Goose, but let's say they were wearing he bought a Canada Goose. They want to rinse out. That's how the jacket just looked finished. I jacket to budget. There was nothing there that was even, like, nice. Jacket didn't match the clothes. Clothes didn't match the shoe. Shoe didn't even, no trim, nothing, just vibes. I'm thinking, rah, like, this one is a bit hefty. This one is it's a bit wow. So anyways, now, before I could even say, ha, this guy was like, oh, hurry up, let's not miss our train. In my head, I was about to be like to him, I'm just gonna go home, like, my mom's calling me today. He's like, let's go get our trains, grab me. We've now gone to the train station, we've now gone to the platform. We've gone onto a train now, but there's bare people on the train. So luckily for me, I don't have to like sit next to him or stand near him, whatever. So I could see that he's, you know, using an eye to pre me, like glancing at me small. But with me, I'm just looking around, looking at my phone, like, what the hell is all of this? I'm even looking at him from head to toe, like, everything, like, your clothes just look like what your brother would say, otikobo. Like, it's just like, what's the English word for kobo? What is it? It's faded. Like, the whole clothes just look like it's faded. You know them clothes that when you put in the washing machine, oh, you wash it too many times, it just looks tattered. So I was thinking, nah, this is nonsense. And then I noticed in his hand he was holding a small phone. So I'm thinking, wait, hold on, this guy lied about his height. Did he lie about his phone too, unprovoked? Like, this doesn't look like an 8+. Do you get what I mean? So anyways, I'm thinking, Deborah, jump off this train and jump onto a train going to Gatwick. Like, you don't need to be here anymore. But then he's like, oh, I'm like, you know what, like, I'm already here, let me just, you know, get to the cinema, watch the movie that we're gonna watch, and then go about my day. Do you get what I mean? So now we've got into the cinema. As we're outside the cinema, I'm noticing my man's acting a bit nervous and shifty and stuff, and I'm thinking, why is he acting so weird? Like, what's going on? So I asked him, I was like, are you alright? He was like, oh yeah, I'm alright. Like, I was like, are you sure? Because you're acting a bit like you don't want to, you know, I don't understand. Do you want to go in or do you not want to go in? And he was like, no, I do, but I just got a quick question to ask you. I was like, what's the question? He was like, are you paying for your ticket or am I? What? I was like, sorry? He was like, yeah, like, I just want to know, like, are you paying for your ticket? Because I was like, like, in my head I'm thinking, you invited me out. I look good, I've paid my dues, but you're asking me if I'm gonna come and pay for my ticket. Now, ladies, I already had my money in my pocket, so I already knew, I already had my bank card. So I was like, you know, I said to him, I was like, listen, I'll pay for my stuff, it's not an issue. He was like, you know what, no, I can't allow you to do that. I'm thinking, so why did you ask me? That's number one. Number two, why are you saying it like you're doing me a favor? Are you mad? Anyways, now we're about to go in. As I'm about to like walk in, he's like, oh yeah, quick one as well. What? Please don't touch anything. Thinking, what do you mean? Are you talking to a child? Like, what do you mean don't touch anything? He's like, just don't touch nothing. Like, don't ask for nothing. Don't touch nothing. I'm thinking, is this one mad? But anyways, okay, I was like, I don't know what you mean, but okay. Went inside now. He was like, okay, stand there. Then he went to the till. I went to go buy the tickets. As he's going to go buy tickets, I'm noticing he's talking to the cashier at the till a bit weird. Like, he's acting a bit, they're acting a bit sus. So I'm thinking, okay, what's going on? Like, so anyways, eventually he's now bought the ticket. As he's bought the ticket, the cashier's now asked me, do you want to get anything? And I'm like, you know what, like, might as well. As I've said might as well, my man's looked at me and gone, like, what are you doing? Like, I told you not to. I'm thinking, can I, as I said, can I get a large popcorn and a tango blast, please? You know, is that cool? Gives me the thing now. So I'm now, as he's now giving me the popcorn and the tango blast, I've now given it to my man to hold. And I said, could you hold it for me? I just want to put my purse back into my bag. Guys, I kid you not, oh. As I've put my purse into my bag like this here, as I look down, all I'm hearing is hum. I'm thinking, did the blender break? What the hell is that sound? What is making such a noise? I look up, my man's chomping on my popcorn. I'm like, oh, are you hungry? Like, you could buy a popcorn. Let me hold my popcorn back and take my drink back. Let me hold it back. You go back. He was like, no, I'm not even hungry, you know. You're not hungry, but you're eating popcorn like a stone. I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I'm not even hungry. Like, I just put a few in my mouth if you don't mind, but I'm not even hungry like that. I don't even know how you're gonna finish that because we still got dinner to go to after. I was like, calm. I was like, no, I'll finish it or I'll just take it home. Like, it's not an issue. But the movie is quite long because I've already watched it Cool. So anyways, now as we're now walking to the screen rooms, I'm like, I'm just gonna quickly pop into the toilet, hold my popcorn again. I was like, cool. I've come back, the popcorn has decreased. I'm like, what is going on? Like, what like, I was like, are you sure you don't want to get anything before we go into the screens? He was like, no. So we walked into the screens now, and it's big. Like, the auditorium is so big. Like, the cinema room was like really big. So I'm like, cool, like this is lit. Like, you could sit anywhere and you wouldn't be disturbing anybody else. Like, no one could see like, it was so spaced out that it was actually fantastic. I would actually go there again. And he was like, as I'm walking, he then grabs me back. I'm like, yo, whoa, like, what's going on? Why are you dragging me? He was like, let's go sit at the back, at the top. I was like, why? There's bare space around, like so much space around. Why are we gonna go sit at the back? Like, and he was like, oh, like let's just go sit at the back. I don't feel comfortable sitting near the screen. I'm thinking, bro, what are you saying? So I'm like, cool, let's just go. So I went to go. So we didn't sit at the back, but we sat like near the middle, but towards the back. Cool. So I'm sitting down now. Sat down. Trailer started. Eating my popcorn. I'm noticing my man's putting his hand in my popcorn and eating. Like, and the way he's eating is so disgusting. Like, like, are you fighting the popcorn in your mouth? So we're eating. I'm facing my front. Like, I'm thinking, I don't want this guy touching me. I don't want this guy breathing on me. I don't even want this guy like talking to me, because I'm already pissed off the fact that he lied about his height. Like, he's not even nice. Like, you know the ones where you think, oh, you know what, you're not that nice, but because you've got every other attribute, I won't be as shallow. But you're not even the mark. This is the mark. This is you. Do you see the difference? So anyways, now I sat down next to, like, he sat down, I'm here, he's sitting there, and he's now like talking to me and saying, oh, I really appreciate the fact that you came out on this date, blah blah blah. And then he starts like trying to like whisper, like put his arm around me and whisper into my ear, and I'm just doing this. Like, you can even tell, even when I'm telling the story, I'm just thinking about it like, eh. So anyways, now he's trying to like whisper in my ear, like, he's like, oh, why are you not trying to like allow me to touch you? I'm just like, no, it's all right. Like, the movie, I'm just trying to focus on the movie. He was like, oh, okay. Short, like 5-10 minutes after, he's like, oh, he's like trying to like kiss up on my neck, and I'm just like, oh, what are you doing? Like, I don't really like do all of this on the first date. And then he was like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, like, you could do it for me. I'm thinking you'd even do, like, I was like, first of all, I'm even lying, but it's the fact that I wouldn't ever do it for you. You're so like, I was So anyways, now I'm like, no, get off of me. And he was like, you know what, like, let me make you feel comfortable, come sit on my lap. I'm like, no. Like, I'm like, sorry, no, like, I'm okay, like, I don't want to sit on your lap. He was like, why? I was like, I just don't want to sit on your lap. I'm just like, I don't want to sit on your lap, like, I don't want to. So he was like, okay then. He takes my popcorn out of my hand and puts it at the seat next to him and comes and sits on my lap. I'm like, what? And he's like, why are you trying to resist me? Like, and he's trying to like kiss me. I'm just like, can you get off of me? Why are you coming sit on my lap like a bad bee? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Then he was like, oh, like, you're just acting bare long. Like, why are you not? Listen, leave me alone. Like, I was like, can we just watch the movie? Like, leave me alone. Like, you're making me feel uncomfortable. He was like, calm, okay, cool. Sat down. He took my popcorn. You know how he put my popcorn on the chair next to him? He took it. Hum. At this point, I didn't even feel like putting my hand in the popcorn anymore, because I was like, yo, like, this is now your popcorn. So I was just drinking my Tango Plus. As long as he's not touching me, I didn't care giving up the £15 popcorn. So I'm drinking. The movie's now coming to an end now. I'm like, cool, we can go. As we're going, I'm like, oh, I'm a bit hungry. And he was like, why are you hungry? Like, you ate your popcorn. I was like, I barely touched it. He was like, oh, well, I'm just saying, like, you spent £15 on popcorn. Like, that's so wasteful of you. I was thinking, my guy, you ate, like, it's funny how you're calling it wasteful, but you were the one that was chopping it like you sound like a broken blender. Chomping Stone, Mr. Stone. So anyways, now, cool. I'm like, so where are we going for dinner? He was like, oh, like, we're only going to McDonald's. Mm? You say? He was like, yeah, well, I was only going to go to that McDonald's over there. I was like, for what? He was like, I'm not even going to lie, I'm quite full. Like, I'm not even hungry, you know, so I don't even feel like going dinner makes sense. But if you want something, like, I was just going to go get us tap water from McDonald's. I was like, but there's a kiosk right here. You could just buy water. He was like, no, I can get tap water from McDonald's. I was like, for who? He was like, for us. I was like, no, you can get it for yourself. He was like, okay, cool. He was like, oh, you know what? Let me go get my tap water. Let me go get my water. And then I might even get a cheeky cheeseburger as well. Like, he was saying it as if, like, it's something to be... Like, his shoulders were like this, talking about getting tap water from McDonald's. I was just looking at him like, this nonentity. Like, this guy is a bastard. Like, that's what I thought. You are honestly a terror to society. Like, people, if they see snake and they see you, they should stomp on your head first before they stomp on the snake. Cause you're a terrible guy. You're a terrorist. Sorry. You are a terrorist. So anyways, and bear in mind, yeah, I'm already just annoyed with myself that this is what the experiment I came to come and do. So you're not nice, you're shorter than me, you look terrible, you don't have money, you're older than me, you don't even have car, you lied about phone. Yeah, unprovoked. No, come close. Who do you know that lies about the phone they have? For what? Like, it's not as if they're even trying to, like, you're trying to even pose and brag. You just lied unprovoked. For what? If you had iPhone 6 or iPhone 7 and I have 8 Plus, what's the big deal? Chewing popcorn like it's stone, smelling like he smelled even sour as well. Oh. Anyways, now he's gone to McDonald's, whatever. I'm just sitting outside, like, far, so people don't know that me and him are associated. And I'm texting my other thing, like, the part that pained me the most about this whole story is the fact that I'd rescheduled and like another guy who ended up being like my bae. I rescheduled him for this stupid dwarf, this door dwarf, what they call them, garden gnome. That's why I replaced my man with anyways, now, so we're now going. I'm like, cool, I don't really know the area. If I had known, I would have ran. My feet would have been touching my ears back to the station, but I didn't really understand the area, so I was waiting for him to take us back to the station, and then I would just go my way, he'll go our way, like his way. So now we get to the station, the barriers are open, but with me, like, I'm a citizen. Yeah, call me a neek or you like. I tapped my card, didn't it? Like, so I tapped, he just walked through like casually. I'm like, what if there's a ticket inspector on the train? Because especially those trains, like, if you know, you know, but there's always ticket inspectors on that train. Like, I feel like they do it as a setup. So I was like, what if it's on there? He was like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna explain like how not to get caught. So I was like, okay. So we got onto the train, he's come and sat next to me. I'm thinking, oh child, you smell musty. Like, you just don't, ooh. So anyways, now I'm thinking, okay, cool. So I'm like, oh, so how you not gonna, like, what's gonna happen if you get caught? That's embarrassing. He was like, no, I'm not gonna get caught. Like, when they come, I'll just put my contactless on there because it will just beep green. I was like, okay, whatever. Cool. Now we sat down, I'm looking out of the window like, God, when will this miserable day end? All of a sudden, I just feel someone grab my neck, like put their arm over me and grabbing my neck. Like, why are you moving shy for? Why are you moving? I'm like, I'm thinking, is this guy mad? All of a sudden I just see a phone in my face like this. Why are you moving shy for? I'm like, what are you doing? Like, he's doing this. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why are you recording me? He was like, oh, my boys asked like to see if I'm on a date with you, so I wanted to show, and also you're my girl. I said, who gave you girl? Who gave you, like, are you like, oh? I was like, what are you doing? He was like, he was like, oh, you know what, like, you're not my girl. I was like, no. I was like, and I don't also like being put on Snap. Like, not everything needs to go on Snapchat. Fair enough, like, whatever. So I think he's texting his group chat like, oh, she's just a bit shy. She's shy. She doesn't want to think. And he's sending them like my pictures from Twitter. Like, that's the girl. This is the guy I'm with. I'm thinking, this guy is a terrible, terrible guy. But Deborah, you're also a fool as well. Because who asked you? You could have run away ages ago. You could have said, oh, sorry, I've got an emergency, and gone from the beginning. But I said, you know what, let me stick this through. Because why? I am a fool. So anyways, now we're on the train. We've got into the station that we've initially met at. I'm thinking, okay, I'll go this way, you go that way, that's your business. He's like, oh, let me walk you to your bus stop. I'm like, oh, okay. At this point, I'm over it. So I've walked to the bus stop now. He's also come. He's now saying to me, my bus, thank you Jesus that my bus came immediately. So he's now saying to me, oh, can I get a kiss goodbye? No. No, you cannot, kind sir. No, you cannot, musty sir. You cannot get a kiss. He was like, okay, cool, alright, you know what, text me when you get home. I was like, yeah, whatever. As soon as I got to the bus, I just deleted his number, whatever about my life, as if it never happened. I even stopped, bought myself like KFC or something, and then went home again. So I thought that was where it ended though. One fateful day like this, I think the next day I must have posted like myself on Snap or whatever, and he popped up to me like, oh, you look nice, and I was like, whatever. I was like, love heart, like brown love heart, you know. And we didn't speak for a week now. I'm on the phone to then my bae at the time. I'm on the phone to him like, ah, yeah, bae, and I just see like random numbers coming through. So I'm like, ah, babe, give me a second, I need to see who's calling me, I'll call you right back. He's like, alright babe, sweet one, cool. Somebody that doesn't lie about his height. He can't lie about it, but that's not the point. So anyways, he's now called me. I'm like, hello. He's like, oh, hi. I was like, who's this? He was like, oh, it's me. So the guy with the disgusting jacket. I was like, oh, yeah, like, yeah, hi. He was like, oh, how are you, Deborah? A long time. Like, I know I've been a bit busy, that's the reason why I haven't, like, we've not spoken. Acting as if like it's because of him we haven't spoken, not that I had the choice to just not talk to you. It's like everything was, I felt like this guy thought he was so entitled. Like he felt like he was a somebody. Like he was a somebody, and it really annoyed me. Anyways, he's talking on the phone, and then he then starts saying this thing of like, so like after the stupid bragging that he was doing, he was now doing this thing of like, how are you, that, and then he was like, you know, I've missed you, right? Like he started doing this thing where he would lower his voice and he'd be, you know, I've missed you, right? I'm like, why? He was like, I've just missed you. Like, have you missed me? I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, no. Me, I'm very honest, and I feel like boys think I'm joking when I'm being like this. They think I'm just trying to be like hard to get. More time I'm being honest, and I feel like you guys should start appreciating honesty. So he was like, oh, did you miss me? I was like, no. He was like, oh, right, like, but I missed you. But I hear it's because you're probably upset with me, the fact that I haven't messaged you. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Then I was like, well, I've got something really important to do, so can I call you back? He was like, oh, I just want to ask, like, if you're like free this weekend. And I was like, no, I'm a bit busy. And he was like, oh, like, when am I gonna see you? Like, I really want to be with you. Like, if I was with you right now, what would you do? I'm like, what? Why is there a hum? What is that noise? Who's making such a noise? First of all, you're sounding like broken. What in the musical chairs is this? You sound like broken blender. Now you're doing after you're talking, like after you try, every time you try to flirt with me, we'll start doing at the end of everything, like you know, you look so beautiful today. Hey! I said, listen, the world has seen madness, but they've not seen this type of mad. I was like, are you okay? Like, why are you humming? He was like, I'm not humming. I was like, yeah, you are. Like, every time you try and say something like you think is cute, you start humming. Like, why are you humming? Like, is there something wrong with your line? He was like, no. But I'll call you back. Because he knew he was embarrassed. Of course she done the job. I mean, I just hopped back onto my conversation with my bae at the time. I was even telling him, this is what happened. Because I already told that one everything that happened. He was laughing. Guys, then that was the end of that story. Even though the time I saw him at the guy at Afro Nation, the way I ducked, yeah, hey, even those that have ducked, that didn't duck the way I ducked. How are you that stupid? Anyways, to wrap up, that's the worst date I've ever been on. I pray we never experience that again. We cannot anyways, but I pray you guys never experience it again. Anyways guys, let me know what you think of this story. Like, comment and subscribe boo. But no, seriously guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, keep looking that you should be looking, keep looking yummy, and keep glowing, keep shining. Yeah, I'll see you guys in another video. Bye guys.
Party done, come meet me outside. Ready to go, go jump in the ride.